Gina Gianfrido's Becky Shaw was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for Drama back in 2009, shortly after its premiere, but it's only now making its way to Broadway in a new production directed by Trip Cullman. The basic premise is what happens when a couple, played by Lauren Patton and Patrick Ball, decide to set up the coworker of the husband, the titular character played by Madeline Brewer, with the quasi-adoptive brother of the wife, played by Alden Ehrenreich. To say any more of what happens would be to spoil a lot of the fun, for this is a tightly and complexly plotted play. I often found myself not realizing where the playwright was leading things until we were most of the way there. There's a lot of discussion about costs and worths in the context of romantic relationships, so I'm tempted to say we're in modern Austen territory, but Gianfrido's language is a lot more blunt and biting. The recent movie Materialists was going for a similar vibe, but Becky Shaw's characters are so specific it's hard to compare it to anything. Every member of the cast, which also includes the great Linda Emond, is well suited to their character, but it's Brewer as the tricky, slippery Becky and particularly Ehrenreich as Max that stand out. It's been 10 years since I first became aware of Alden Ehrenreich, after his memorable turn in the Coen brothers' Hail Caesar. Back then I would have guessed that he'd be a major star, but his career hasn't really delivered on that early promise, despite supporting parts in great movies like Oppenheimer and Weapons. But in Max, he's found a role that allows him to do career-best work. He is hysterically funny, and although Max says and does unlikable things, you want him to keep going because he's just so enjoyable to watch. I paid $30 for my ticket thanks to Second Stage's 30 Under 30 program. I sat in row D of the mezzanine, seat 8. Becky Shaw is playing at the Hayes Theater until June 14th.